Welcome, all you beautiful souls, to your weekly energy update, and we're going to be looking at the week of June 26th through July 3rd. Has some interesting things that are happening this week astrologically, actually starting on the 26th all the way up to like July 1st. The god of war, Mars, is going to be having this interesting kind of energetic dance with Pluto. So you got the god of war and Pluto, which is kind of the destroyer of things. It's like the challenging kind of energy of that planet. And they're both going to be interacting with each other during those 4 or 5 days. So really be aware that there's going to be some it's almost like you can smell gas in the air, and you're like, don't light any matches because it's going to go boom. So just walk gently with others and just kind of carefully walk around. Don't have to walk on eggshells, but just be aware on, do I need to say things that way, or do I need to say that at all? And wait for this week to kind of go by before you bring up any kind of volatile subjects. Because we also have on June 28th the new moon in Cancer. Cancer is a very emotional, energy. It is attached to the moon. So, because Cancer is ruled by the moon, so you've got all this strong emotional energy that is happening. Not so much like a full moon, but a new moon is about new things, new emotions coming in. So you've got that mother, that nurturing energy, that emotional energy that's interacting as well, starting on June 28th, planting new seeds for new emotions, new ways of looking at things too. We also have the Neptune, planet of Neptune, on June 28th, the same day as the new moon, going fully retrograde. We've been in the pre-shadow of it since March 22nd. So you've already started to feel this energy of the Neptune retrograde, which is about like the stripping away of illusions or any kind of realities or any kind of small t truths that could have clouded our vision and keeping us from having clarity. So as this started in March 22nd, like some beliefs, some ways of seeing things have started to be challenged, but now we're going to go full bloom from June 28th all the way through December 3rd in having like this review of what we believe about things. Especially Neptune has to do a lot with our spirituality, our awareness of that kind of dreamy type world as well. And get used to that emotion and that feeling as we revisit that, because we actually it goes direct on December 3rd, but then we go into the post shadow of that, which means that we kind of have a review of the things that we wanted to change all the way up until like March 10th, which is very interesting because Neptune, we start to go kind of head forward, but then we kind of start going to a halt and drifting backward again because we go back in to retrograde June 30th of next year, and we stay in that all the way until December 24th of next year, the 2023, and we'll be in the post shadow of that all the way until March 27th of 2024. So this challenging of looking at the way we see things is going to be a huge theme for the next, year and a half, right? So just get used to it. Once we understand that this is the energy that's out there, then we can deal with it differently because we know why it's happening. We don't feel as out of water, which makes sense with everything going on in the world, with all these truths that are coming out around political things and, everything everywhere. All of us have been having like this challenge of what do I believe? Because we're hearing different stories from all over the place, and it really starts having you wonder, what is truth? All these capital T truths of the heavenly realm, we're wanting to grasp for that because all the small t truths of the human world seem to be fluctuating and flying all over the place and even contradicting each other. So there is this call for a capital T truth that's so much more. I always say that the small t truths are those that are rooted in the conditional love of the human side, but the capital T truths of the heavenly realm are those that are rooted in unconditional love. So we're going to be having this little fluctuation and this pointing towards ourselves to find out what within our soul do we believe, instead of listening to the popular opinion of the humans and the outside world. So we're going to dive in to your weekly reading just to see what is going to be coming about from this sparking of energy and see what the Creator wants you to know. So we'll jump into your sign right now. All right, Aquarians, this is your weekly energy update, and we're going to start off by pulling a card here from the Shaman's Dream Oracle. And any of the cards I use in a reading, I do list in the description box below. Give these a good shuffle, and then we'll get into the reading. All right, so for our Aquarian spirit, what do you want them to know about this Neptune retrograde energy and this energy that's coming up? Okay, actually, I do want to give you two. So we will take those. You've got the Magician's Sword, confidence in your magic. Definitely reminds me of the Magician card. And then you also have Stars in the Sky, limitless possibility. And the star card in the major arcana is Aquarius, so this makes total sense too. So you're definitely, the Magician card in the major arcana also is about bringing down the energy from up above. They usually have a sword or actually a wand that's pointed toward the heavens, and it's bringing that down, your conduit, to bring the energy down and bring that into the physical world. So I love that these are both about connecting to the higher realms, bringing energy down, for you. So beautiful. We'll start off here. Let me read the Magician's Sword. It is confidence in your magic. Nothing can stop you. The beauty you seek. It says, when the Magician's Sword appears, you are called to cut the cords that bind you to old thought forms and beliefs, or to friends who are not true. With the power of the Magician's Sword, nothing can stop you, hurt you, or turn you away from the beauty you seek or the goal you desire with all your heart. The sword is a tool, not a weapon, so make sure you wield it wisely and for the greater good. Find the stuck places where you're kept tethered to a toxic person, a particular location, or a faulty thought or belief, and let the blade do its magic. You have a large endowment of magic available to you when you believe in miracles. But don't look to the heavens to grant you a wish. Look within. Use the Magician's Sword to cut through limiting beliefs, and remember that all beliefs are limiting, and focus your intention in order to create what you wish. You have all the tools you need for the task at hand. You need only muster the wherewithal to deploy the resources you have. When the Magician's Sword appears, it is time to get to moving. This is not a tool for contemplation, for gazing at the finely polished edge. It is an instrument calling for decisive action. And remember, the sword is alive with the wisdom you can summon to help you find the best course of action. Do not hesitate. Act. Yeah, it also reminds me, of course, of the Ace of Swords, which is about connecting to the capital T truths of the higher realm, as well as cutting away the small t truths that are no longer serving you. And the Magician, too. So you have that combination of that beautiful, beautiful, powerful energy coming in. Definitely go, go, go. And then the Stars in the Sky. Limitless possibility. Again, getting, this is all about cutting away limitations. This is limitless possibilities, embracing opportunities as well. And when you look up into the velvety dark blanket of the night sky covering the vast expanse of space, can you count all the stars twinkling above? Can you imagine that you are only glimpsing a teeny sliver of what is actually there? This is the domain of limitless possibilities, of the never-ending sea of potential that you yourself are made of and have now at your disposal. Your life right now is alive with possibility and needs your clear focus to home in on what avenue of exploration most calls to you. It's time to choose and not be distracted by sheer magnitude of what may be. Again, action, right? Be here now. Gather your thoughts and your most cherished dreams. Focus on the brightest star in your never-ending sky and take small steps, small movements toward calling this glittering potential into reality. If you can imagine this and hold that vision, you will summon all the celestial helpers and guides to aid you in bringing it into fruition. Keep your focus on the essence of potential rather than the form of it. The universe has its own ideas of how best to serve you and all of us at the same time. Trust this is a fact rather than theory, and you ought not act surprised when your dreams come true, for they surely will, exactly how you need them to. And it's funny, I'll try to remember to snap a picture, but I'm wearing a shirt that says, "Be here now with me," which that was saying, "Be here now." So such a strong message, about being in the moment with the Creator, with Source, with the spirit realm, not needing to control every aspect of making your dreams and making things happen, but trusting, listening and taking action, from that guidance that you get from within, from your heart, from that connection to spirit, and making that movement, but not feeling like you're in it alone either, that you are a co-creator in this beautiful experience that you're going through. We're also going to pull some tarot cards here and get some clarity around this. I'm excited about this. See where this goes. Potential, limitlessness. All right, so for our Aquarians, what else do you want them to know about this energy? Okay, doing these two. That one. Okay, that one. That one. That one right there. Okay, you've got a lot going on, Aquarius, which it is the age of Aquarius, so you're on a mission. Let's take a look here. They want this one up here, so we will leave that one up there. And let's see what we got going on. So you have the Seven of Wands. Look at the little, getting a spanking. The Wands is your drive, your ambition, your inspiration. It is your energy and your movement of energy. The Seven of Wands has this kind of energy around it of not feeling like you have to be defensive, like you don't have to withstand anyone. You don't have to defend the actions that you take and the direction that you're going to go on. It isn't going to make some people happy. This is like, it's going to make some people throw a tantrum, and that's okay. They, are at the place that they're in their life on purpose, for a purpose too. And so whatever they're going through, whatever they're experiencing, it's okay. You don't have to defend and protect your dream and what you're headed, where you're going. You can allow them to have their experience, even when they're like, "Hey, how can you be so happy and headed towards your dream? Come back here and be miserable with the rest of us." Misery loves company. And it's like, but you don't have to. This energy that's trying to disrupt you, the smooth movement, you don't have to engage in. Let's see what else you got here. Yes, and you have card number 12 here. And let me just put this down here. And this is the Hanged Man. And of course, I love it. It has the two sides of us they're hanging like on a swing, hanging from above. And that is about seeing things from a higher perspective, seeing things from a different perspective, seeing things from the heavenly perspective, which makes total sense with what you're talking about here. You definitely get to connect to the spirit realm, trusting that things are unfolding on purpose, for a purpose, right? So even though you may not understand it in the moment, and they're saying, pause, wait a sec, they just had a flash in my head of, one of the Indiana Jones, one of the later ones, and it's like he pauses, and then this big blade whoosh, comes through, flying through, because he was, reading some old text that told him to count to a number or something. And so it said stop, and you're like, why am I stopping? I should just step forward, and whoosh, oh, that's why I didn't step through. Now I stepped through, So there is a purpose for each step that you're taking. And as you connect and see it from a higher perspective, it does bring clarity for you. Yeah, because then you get, right after this, you have death and rebirth. So things are ending and things are beginning. And so, right after this is allowing you to see things from a higher perspective, that understanding things happen on purpose for a purpose. And you're like, oh my God, why is this thing stopping? Why is this ending? Oh no, this is the end of all things. It's like, no, it's, something's ending to make space for something new beginning, because you only have so much energy and so much that you can do. And if you're overloaded, then something needs to be removed from your plate to make room for dessert, right? So that's what I feel is happening with that here. Actually, they want to go this one next. Yeah, and you have the King of Cups. So King of Cups, cups are your emotions. The King of Cups is the highest emotion that you can feel in the suit. He also offers, usually they have like the actual Ace of Cups in their hand, which is the Holy Grail. Speaking of, Indiana Jones, one of them, I think it was actually that particular movie out of them, that it was when they were searching for the Holy Grail in there, and the one that I was talking about before. And the Holy Grail, in this case, the chalice, is full of the living waters, the unconditional love essence of the creator of all things. And so as you connect to this higher place, this higher realm, seeing things from a higher perspective, you do get this emotional stability, this emotional power, really control over your emotions, because you feel this wholeness and this completeness. You're not all over the place. And I know people often say, I'm an Aquarian sun, so I understand people will say, Aquarians are just cold. They're not emotional people. And I'm like, I beg to differ. We are water bearers. And even though we're air signs, we are water bearers. We carry water around, our emotions around, but we're able to contain them. We put them into our containers, and they don't slush all over the place. We feel them, we just don't have them shared all over the place with everyone else. Not that there's anything wrong with that. It's just that that's why we're seen as kind of cold and unfeeling, because we're such great thinkers. It's because we pour our emotions into those pots and then go, okay, let's look at it logically. Let's look at it unemotionally, and we have a solution, right? But we can also drink of that and feel those emotions very deeply at the same time. And then you have, so here's the Ace of Cups I was talking about that the king offers. And so you definitely have this beautiful love that's coming in here. And I love how they interpret this, because here's like your higher self, and here's all your little mini me selves. So this is all the difference between, you get to feel emotionally from the higher place, but you also see the difference between, those smaller, I call them small t truths. I'm going to call these small e emotions, capital E emotions, emotions that are connected to the unconditional love of the higher M are the capital E emotions. The small e emotions are those of fear, those things that we're cutting away, those things that no longer serve us. We felt the emotions, but we're ready to really grasp this unconditional love. You've got a double E here. And then you have the 10 of Pentacles. Pentacles is your outside abundance and how you're defining your worth in the human world. The 10 of Pentacles is an amazing, abundant, one of the most abundant cards in the deck. So you are feeling this wholeness and this completeness through all this. I can't imagine how you cannot when you feel all this support from up above. And 10s can be endings and new beginnings too. So you are having this end of how you were looking at your worth before, seeing it in a whole new way. And I really feel with all this support, with all this ending and new beginning energy that's here, you really are starting to see yourself in a whole new way. Instead of seeing yourself as, just a worker that was sent here to, do the stuff that needs to be done, you're seeing yourself as like a prince or a princess, or however you identify, maybe a unicorn. You came here magical with so much energy and purpose that you came here on purpose for this age of Aquarius that's coming. And then you have the Two of Wands. Yeah, so this makes sense. Here's the two of you, your human self and your higher self. The Wands energy, with the Two of Wands especially, is this awareness that whatever you focus on is what grows, right? When you have the Ace of Wands, that's this passion, this new ignition of your energy. And the Two of Wands is generally what I want to do. You're reflecting on it and determining what you want to do with this energy, with this new passion, and how you want to get there. And you start taking action on it. So action, action, action. But it also is this message that whatever you focus your energy on is what grows. So if you're focusing on lack in your life, that isn't here. I wish that was here. It just, that lack grows because that's what you're focusing and looking at. But if you're focusing on gratitude for what is and what you do want in your life, then that's what expands and what grows in your life. So it's this kind of this mirror here is reflect on how you are investing your energy. Where are you focusing on? When you think about what you're thinking on and feeling on, what is that? What is it? Because that's what's growing. And do you want to change that at all? It's within your power. So I liked when it talked about, with your energy, when you ask for things from the universe, if your energy is not matching that thing that you're asking for, it can't come to you. It's like a magnet. It has to be turned in the right direction for it to attract it. Because if the energy's not there, it's just going to repel it. And so this is being aware of the energy that you're focusing on. And then your final card we're going to pull from these Gentle Creatures Wisdom deck. See what the final message that Spirit has for you. One more time. All right, so for our Aquarians, what's your final message, please? Okay, I do want this one right here. And you've got harvest. There you go. It's time. It's time. It's time for this harvest. It's time for this fruition to come in. I mean, I know we have a new moon in Cancer this week, but here's a full moon. It's like you've planted the seeds. You're doing the work. The harvest is coming. The harvest is coming. And let's see what else it has to say here. Yep. When shall we make our pumpkin pie? The young, gentle creature peers down at the friend, the spider. The response is not what they hoped for. There is time, my friend, there is time. Impatient as many younglings are, our questioning friend wants to know why. The spider waves a few legs around as it talks about proper timing. Rushing a harvest results in sour, bitter, tough results. This is a thing that must be patiently planned for. Rushing in to snatch up all the orange orbs won't make the delicious pie as hoped for. Instead, it will be spongy rather than firm, and green rather than golden. No amount of nutmeg, cinnamon, and allspice will fix that. While there are things to be made with unripe pumpkins, our gentle creature learns that if they want the tasty dessert, they must wait for the harvest to be ready. What are you rushing? Have you considered how your hurrying may yield results no one will find satisfying? Learn from the spider that knows how to wait in its web. Timing is everything at this point. Yeah. We kind of talked about with this Two of Wands, making the plans on how to get there and start taking action. But the end result will happen in the perfect timing. Especially this Neptune energy that's coming out this retrograde is having you look at things, finding out what you really want to do. And you can kind of look at it as you have this dream And the Neptune energy can be like you have both feet, you're floating above the ground, and you're not connected to the earth. You're in the ethereal realms, dreaming. But when we go into retrograde, it's like you put one step on the ground, and then it allows you to bring that energy. It allows you to have this footing, this balance between dreaming big and actually doing work on it, not just dreaming all the time. And so that's this beautiful message that's coming in here, is you have all the things you need. You have all the stuff that's going to unfold on purpose for you. And, with that 10 of Pentacles there, success is guaranteed. The harvest will come. Just don't rush it, because otherwise, like it said, I liked how it said, you might be rushing to get something created that no one's going to want. It's like, ooh, that's a green, interesting, spongy pumpkin pie. And it just sits there and no one eats it, right? So waiting for the right timing, knowing you're being guided. Wonderful, wonderful adventure here. All right, all you Aquarians. Don't have anything else to add there. If you are looking for more messages of love from above, in addition to these weekly energy updates, I also put out monthly readings for each zodiac sign and a few other types of videos throughout the month. So if you don't want to miss out on any of those and be notified immediately when they become available, if you give this video a little thumbs up and click the like button, also click the subscribe button, and that gives you access to the notification bell. When you go in there, if you select the all option, then you'll be notified of any new videos that come out on this channel. And also doing those things helps spread the love, and it helps my channel grow in significant ways. Because when you like a video, share a video, comment on a video, and subscribe to the channel, doing those things makes the YouTube algorithm so excited and wants to share the videos of my channel with other people as well. So if you feel inspired to do any of that, I'm very, very grateful for that. Also, these are general readings, and if you're looking for even more specific information and answers for your specific life, I do offer personal readings at a reasonable rate, and all that information is listed in the description box below. Right, mighty Aquarians, as you go through this amazing start of this amazing adventure, please know every second of every day of your life that you are unconditionally loved by the Creator of all things, and of course, I love you too. Have an amazing week. I'll be talking with you very soon. In the meantime, you hang in there and you take care.